We're here at our studio in Finland testing Paper Chase, just one of the jobs that you'll be able to play in our upcoming 3-player cooperative first-person shooter, FBC Firebreak. In Firebreak, you and your friends will play as a team of volunteer first responders, and each job is basically a wrapper for a unique crisis that you'll be assigned to put down. And just like real-world crises, like fires and floods, these things have a way of coming back. So the work is important, but never ends. The FBC has been locked down for years at this point, and everything you could imagine going wrong in a place like the oldest house has now gone wrong, and those things have turned into jobs for Firebreak. Each job is set in a different location within the oldest house and features unique objectives and mechanics. Paper Chase is set in the executive sector, and there's only one objective: destroy sticky notes. You'll get to pick from 3 saved loadouts called crisis kits, each one centered around a unique tool and a general playstyle. Once you know what type of job you want to take on, you'll choose the threat level and the clearance level. Threat level deals with the combat intensity. Clearance level is all about the complexity and the length of the crisis that you're going down to face. Now, both of these levels deal with a few other cool things, but we'll talk more about those in the future.
Coming from Control to FBC Firebreak, there are some key aspects of the franchise that we really want to keep holding on to. We want to keep the game as weird as possible. And even though the team at Firebreak is a bit smaller, I think we've been able to pull the weirdness aspect really well. We have these 2 questions that we usually ask ourselves. Is the idea something that could only happen in the oldest house and that only Remedy as a developer would do? If the answer is yes to both of those questions, then it usually means we are on the right track. As a result of that creative process, we end up having quite a lot of wacky stuff in the game. This job where you need to find these mannequin ski instructors and load them on to a paranatural ski lift to appease it.
I've been a designer of sort at Remedy for a quarter of a century now, and I personally play multiplayer games much more myself, so it's really nice to finally be actually designing a multiplayer game. It's not the kind of carefully curated single-player experience that Remedy is usually known for. It's more of a systemic game where you and your friends discover how everything works.
My absolute favorite example, we have the showers. And these are actually our main mechanic of healing in the game. But if you're just going in there, the water is going to be cold, and the cold water is going to slow you down for a bit. But what you can do is that you can fix the heaters attached to the showers, and then that whole thing is going to make the whole shower experience more pleasant. Okay.
When we talk about being different, we applied that same thinking to our crisis kits. So first we've got the crank-operated fluidic ejector, which is used to extinguish fires, slow down enemies, or even clean the harmful conditions off of your crewmates. Then there's the electrokinetic charge impactor, which is sort of like a defibrillator had a baby with a pogo stick. And the big wrench, which is, you know, a big wrench.
So yeah, it's a spin-off of Control, but you're not really a levitating superhuman like Jesse. You get your power more from gadgets and using paranatural objects. And then of course you get power from the fact that there's 3 of you. Well, actually, still only 1 of you, but you have 2 friends. Or I hope you have 2 friends. Or get 2 friends at least. The combat is not just about the gun, the tools also really matter. So for example, your friend can be using a water cannon to cool off the hot heads of the hiss, and then you can be just finalizing the deal.
We want you to play this game as easily as possible with your friends, so we're making sure that all content is available to all players. With that in mind, we're not ready to talk about the specifics yet, but what I can confirm today is that all playable post-launch content is available for free for all players. Once the game is in your hands, we want to hear from you, the community, on what you think about this game, what you really like about the game, and the things that you might not like so much, because all of those things together will help shape the game in the future. And if you'd like to do that, please go to our Discord server, which is discord.gg/control. Link to that is in the description below.
We are far along in development, but there are plenty of things we haven't talked to you about, from corrupted items to player progression to resonance. But hey, that's for another time.
Only remedy. Remedy.
We'll play as a team of volunteer first responders. Sorry, I lost that.
It's not just about you having showers, though. It's also about your friends having showers. But let's not talk about showers anymore.